The National Commission for Lebanese Women and the delegation of the European Union to Lebanon have launched a media campaign targeting women on the occasion of International Women's Day. The campaign, entitled Women in Municipal Elections, was prepared in cooperation with the Ministry of Interior and Lebanese Municipalities. It highlights the added value of women's role in decision-making and promotes women's participation in municipal elections as candidates and voters. The campaign launch was followed by a discussion panel involving EU Ambassador to Lebanon, Ms. Christina Lassen, amongst other prominent figures. The event was attended by President of the Beirut Municipality, Mr. Bilal Hamad, NCLW Secretary General, Mr. Fadi Karam, and NCLW Executive Board member, Mrs. Afif Al-Sayed. Representatives of civil society organizations, state institutions, universities, and the media were also present. My first question to you is, how important is a woman's role in local governance?
I think women's role in any kind of governance, whether it's at local level or at national level, is extremely important. But obviously, it's a very good place for women to start. Many women are more concerned maybe about local issues, and it's a good way, sort of venue to get into national politics. But in general, it's extremely important because we have 50% of society here, and if we miss out 50% of society from the political decisions that are to be made, we're not getting all the input and experiences for societies that we need. So it's a loss for all of us, women and men, if women are not present there.
Well, the women have played a very important role in municipal elections in the past, at the level of the party and in terms of voters. Unfortunately, there hasn't been as many candidates for these local elections, and as we know today, there is about 6% of women who have been elected in the 2010 elections. So we hope that in the upcoming elections in May 2016, many more will be willing and interested in being candidates to these elections. Well, first, women can bring a perspective that currently doesn't exist to these elections. Women represent more than 50% of the society and have to have a place at the table. But women also have proven in a number of places that they are able to govern sometimes better than men. And this is a very important point. And men often have more trust in women's ability to govern in a way that's more transparent, more inclusive, in part because they have suffered discrimination or they have suffered from ways of government that have not been inclusive.
What are the challenges that women face throughout their political participation?
I think, being a woman myself, that women face a lot of challenges in all different careers, and of course in politics it's even a more tough business, and you need to be up against a lot of stereotypes about what a woman should do. Well, I think everybody has tried that, who tried to do either a career either in business or politics or whatever it is, that you are very often up against some opinions about how a woman should behave and what a woman should be doing, and that maybe sometimes women have to work even harder to prove themselves. So I think in politics this might be even more of a challenge. I think in politics and in media there's sometimes a tendency for women to focus even more on looks and how they dress, all of these things that we don't think about when we're talking about male candidates.
I mean, it's sad to say, but patriarchy is a cultural phenomenon in large part, but it also is part of a network of interests that has been woven over time. And for women to find their place in the political arena, women will have to work hard with men and with women in order to guarantee more openness and more space for themselves, be it in terms of representation, but also in terms of opening doors and being able to build the networks and the fundraising bases that are needed in democratic election in order to be represented and be elected ultimately.
Today we have launched this big campaign that is a media campaign related to women in municipality. This campaign has been launched in cooperation with the EU because there is a project funded by the EU that is gender equality and women empowerment in Lebanon. The aim of this campaign is truly to encourage young women such as me and you to go and run for municipalities, and not just to be like women in the social part of the municipality, but to work as a strategic, to have a leading role in the municipality first, and to have a strategic decision in the municipality. This is our first aim. The second aim is to encourage citizens and constituents in Lebanon to vote for women, for them to be able to see the capacities and the skills of women. They are able, such as men, to do marvelous things.